Hey there, Capricorn. How are you this evening? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekend bonus reading. I'm going to do it a little different this time. This one's going to be for July 4th, 5th, and 6th, so your 4th of July weekend. But we're going to just go ahead and do a Celtic cross this week and see what's ahead for you for the weekend, or what it looks like you have going on there. Okay? All right. This one's for my Capricorns. Alrighty, let's see what we get. Okay, Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right, what do we got? Okay, Capricorn. So we are starting with the Star card. What this tells me is that you are definitely holding on to hope and faith in the future. You're looking for some sort of a sense of healing, and you're definitely trying to attain and maintain a sense of balance, right? Everything with this card is good. This is all a very healing energy, okay? It could also mean that you're somehow dealing with an Aquarius, I guess. There you go, possibly. Okay, so what is the obstacle then to this? We have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles would tell me that you have all this hope and faith in the future. You're trying to maintain this balance. You're trying to do all this, or you have all these things going for you whilst, maybe that's the right word, but anyways, while you're trying to build a new foundation. So something has obviously transpired to cause whatever the foundation was that you did have to no longer be where you want to continue to build, right? Because you're trying to build new, it says, with this card to me. So you're having to start over for some reason, or you're having to, yeah, basically it looks like you're having to start over, but you're doing it with a very positive attitude and very hopeful in the future. Okay. All right. What is it that you need to focus on? The Three of Swords. So it looks as though you've been through somewhat of a very heartbreaking situation here. Yeah, there's not a way really around that. When they're telling me that you need to focus on the Three of Swords, it makes me feel as though you are trying to ignore it, or you're trying to just sweep it under the rug. You're trying to pretend whatever broke your heart didn't happen, and you're trying to just push through, like just bulldoze through it, right? Unfortunately, the way that then transpires or works out, right, is at the most inopportune time down the road here, it's going to all come flooding back out, you know. Emotions have a hard way of doing that. So it's like you need to take a minute and try to deal with this if you can. I know you can find the time to do it. It's just probably not high on your list of things you want to do, but it is necessary. You have to feel it and heal it so that you can move forward, okay? Otherwise, it's going to definitely hold you back as you go forward. All right, that's what they have. Okay, what is it you need to leave behind? So the Six of Swords. I feel like the Six of Swords in this context is you trying to run from this broken heart. So you are trying to build a new foundation, and that's fine. That's something you have to do. If something you had is gone or not working out, you have to build a new foundation. But it's almost like you're trying to run from the situation rather than deal with it. And although that might seem like it's the best thing to do right this second because you don't want to deal with it, it's not the best thing to do in the long run. It's going to be much more advantageous to you to turn around and face this thing head on right now and get it over with, you know what I'm saying, to figure out what you got to do and move forward than it is to run from it, because it's going to come back and haunt you otherwise, I'm afraid. Okay? All right, what is your strength within this situation? The Knight of Pentacles. So your cautiousness moving forward in many ways is your strength. It is this particular situation that you've just gone through, one's exactly like it, will never happen again. You're very absolute on that, you know. You've learned your lesson here. You are definitely trying to take the lessons that you've learned and move forward. You're doing it very cautiously. Maybe that's what's... They're saying it's your strength in this situation, so possibly your mind wants you to run away from all this, but in reality, you're not going as fast to take off in another direction and run from it as you want to be. I think you know that you need to turn around and deal with this, and so that you can have either a clean break or a clean slate to start over, or whatever it is that you need to do here, okay? I think you are trying very hard to be grounded and be sensible about all this, but it is not easy, and I see that in these cards, okay? What do I have in your near future? So whatever all this seems like, I'm sure it seems like a big mountain of BS, right, that you have to deal with right this second. With this card in the future, what it's telling me is you're going to get over this mountain, okay, without a doubt. Not that any of us ever doubted you, but I'm just saying this is an absolute. You're going to get to the other side of this, okay? Is it going to be great and easy? It's going to be great when you get to the other side, I'm sure. And is it going to be easy? No, it's not. This is a lot of things nobody wants to deal with, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of emotions and, I don't know, insecurities that people would all rather not face. But you have to, and you know that, and you're pushing through it, it looks like. You may want to run, but it looks like you're staying to figure this out, more or less. So this card right here is the Wounded Warrior. It means that you make it through the battle, not unscathed. I mean, you know, but you do make it. You make it to the other side, and you are a warrior, and you will get there. It's just a matter of putting one foot in front of the other, right? That's what we're getting there. Alrighty, so what do we have for the advice? The Fool. It's to push through this and take a leap of faith in a different direction, you know. Don't be afraid to let this go and start over. You know, it didn't work out. It happens to all of us at some point. No matter how much you had invested in here, it didn't come together the way you wanted it to, and now it's time to either scrap it. But no matter what, you got to scrap this, okay? You can go back and try again with the same person, job, whatever it is, person, place, or thing. It's not like you have to run away from it and never go back to this thing, but you have to start from scratch because what you had did not work with this situation, okay? All right. What do we got? So the atmosphere is the Five of Swords. You don't want to fight. You really don't want to argue about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not really up for discussion at this point, I feel like. I feel like whatever's happened has happened, and it's very absolute. So to sit around and bicker and argue about it seems stupid. What kind of excuse are they going to have? No, it's dumb. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fight. But there is an atmosphere of the, you know, other people wanting to argue or state their case or whatever. It's just not what you're feeling right now. Your fear here, the Hangman, you feel like you're stuck. And that's normal to feel stuck. You're not really stuck. It's just a matter of pushing forward, but it's not always easy, and I do get it. There you go. That's what I got on that. I mean, the stuck feeling is, yeah. There you go. What do we got? What's in the end? I've got the Seven of Cups. So the outcome here is the Seven of Cups. So you have way more options than you realize. Not just in love or just in work, just in all around. You have options on where you want to work, where you want to live, who you want to be friends with, if you want to date, where you want to date, all of it. You have plenty of options. This is not the end of the road, okay? This is just you're coming to a fork in the road. You have to make decisions and decide which way to go. Not all the options are great, okay? But you do have a lot of options. So there are plenty of people who would love to have you as a bigger part of their life, atmosphere, workplace, whatever it is that you're deciding about here. It's just a matter of getting you through this part where you have to get to the other side of this BS. This mountain of BS I told you of. Okay, let's see what we got for days. Friday, I've got the Two of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So you're loving and nurturing, and you are trying to make a decision as far as which path you want to take. It's difficult, okay? So give yourself some time and be patient with yourself. Saturday, I've got the Nine of Swords and the Lovers. You're all up in your head about a situation that was heavily laden with emotion that seems to have somehow turned out to be quite disappointing. Okay, there you go. And Sunday, I have the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. This whole entire situation here is actually the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor. There is something bigger at play here, okay? There is more for you out there than whatever you're sitting in right this minute. With the Moon, you definitely aren't seeing everything quite clearly, whether that is because you don't want to see everything clearly or whether it is because somebody has tried very diligently to keep you from seeing something clearly. That part I do not know, but it doesn't make any difference because either way, it looks like the truth is coming to the surface, right? It's bubbling up. So you'll have the truth in no time, it looks like, whether you want it or not. And I feel like you are grounded enough to know that you want it. You'd rather know than not know at this point, right? That is what I have for you this week. Okay, folks, no matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best possible weekend you can. It's going to be okay. It's a process, right? That's how this goes. There you go. Have a great 4th of July. Be careful with the fireworks. I'll see you again on Sunday with weekly readings, and I will be here every morning with the daily energy check-ins. That's it. Thanks for everything. Take care.